Welcome back to Hoochos. Today on Hoochos, we're going to make a keg out of a pressure sprayer. Now, first of all, let me get two elephants out of the room. This is food grade PE, but it has not been tested as food safe. So, if your head's going to explode because I'm putting beer into a non-food grade container, switch off now. Also, pumping oxygen into a container that holds beer is bad for the beer. So if you're not going to drink this beer straight away, don't pump oxygen into it. Let's get started. So one of the least convenient things about brewing and kegging your own beer is the lack of portability that you have with kegs. Bottling is fantastic because you can just grab 5 or 6 bottles out of the fridge and run over to your mate's house and crack open a beer. But if you want to go to a party and you've got kegs, you're either going to have to run down the bottle-o and buy yourself some cans or take your keg with you. Now, there are portable options that you can gas on the run, or you can actually just take your whole keg setup. However, lugging a 20-litre corny keg to a party with a 6 kilogram or 4 kilogram gas cylinder isn't the most pleasant thing in the world when you want to just get there and drink some beer. You can also run into problems like people overgassing the beer, or you can just run out of these charges. And that's the last thing you want to happen at a party. So this left me searching for the simplest way to take a case of beer to a party when you homebrew using kegs. Enter the sprayer keg. Now, there are two ways of gassing this keg. You can pour already carbonated beer into the keg, or you can go through a second round of fermentation by introducing the beer into the keg and adding the appropriate amount of sugar for the literage, and then allowing it to ferment with all of the apparatus sealed, which will carbonate the beer. And then once the fermentation has gone through, you can then put the keg into the fridge, and then it's ready to run when you want to get to a party fast. So today, you'll need a plastic beer faucet. You can get this at any homebrew store or off the interwebs. A hose clamp and a brand new sprayer. I definitely only recommend using a brand new sprayer, and make sure you've cleaned it and sanitized it really well before you put beer into the system. And you'll need some beer. So to start with, you need to cut off your sprayer end, put on your hose clamp and faucet, and then do up your hose clamp. How easy was that? All right, now we can fill the keg. So there are two ways we can fill the keg. You can brew beer, fill the keg with the recently brewed beer, and add in sugar, which will then take on a second round of fermentation and pressurize the keg and carbonate the beer inside the sprayer. Or you can add in your already carbonated beer from your keg system. Once your keg's full, add in your top, and you can either refrigerate it or head straight to your party. And to pour a beer, it's as easy as pressurizing a sprayer and pouring yourself a beer. Cheers. Like and subscribe for more. Hoochos. Mm.